Becoming Me, Episode 2, After Graduation, Lost but Searching. Welcome again. Today I am going to tell you what happened. After graduation, I thought I was finally free. Free from rules, free from fear, free from everything that used to hold me back. But the truth is, I wasn't free at all. I was broken inside, holding on to so much pain, pretending that I was okay. I smiled for people, I laughed at the right times, I showed up like I was strong, but deep inside, I felt empty. I felt like a loser, like someone who had already failed before life even started. So I started trying to numb the pain. I surrounded myself with people who were also running from themselves. And that's how I met him. He wasn't a bad person, but he wasn't the right person for me. I didn't love him. I only stayed because I believed no other man would ever want me, because in my culture, once you're no longer a virgin, you're considered less. I carried that shame like a curse, and I thought maybe, just maybe, if I stayed with him, I could still be accepted. But he was a man who drank a lot, who went out often, and who lived in a world far from what I dreamed of. He introduced me to that lifestyle: late nights, noise, confusion, and pretending. I was living, but not truly alive. Then one of my friends, who wasn't a good influence, found me a job at a clothes cleaning business. She said, "You'll love it there. It's easy money." But there was one condition. To work there, you had to be tiny, tall, and beautiful. She referred me, and I got the job. But that place was another trap. Men didn't come just to clean their suits. They came because of the women behind the counter. It was a place where looks mattered more than character. But strangely, because of the man I was dating, I was protected from all that. He knew the kind of things that happened there, so he kept me guarded, even in his own broken way. Still, my life was heavy. I was living at home, same chaos, same noise, same emptiness. My father was bitter, my mother distant. She cared for the church more than her own home. And I never told this before, but I got my first period in fifth grade. I didn't know what was happening to me. I couldn't ask for help because in that house, we didn't talk about such things. There was no space for that kind of vulnerability. So I kept quiet. Imagine a little girl going through something so big, alone. My mother was lost in religion. She gave her all to the church. She made sure the pastors had everything they needed. But at home, we didn't get what we needed most: her presence. We weren't allowed to talk to boys. No dating, no love, no exploring who we were. The rule was simple: no boyfriend until marriage. And when my parents found out that I had a boyfriend, everything exploded. I was beaten, insulted, called every bad name you could imagine, but honestly, that wasn't new. In my house, those words were routine. They were part of our daily language. I grew up in a home where no one ever said, "I love you." Not once. Not to me, not to my brothers, not to my sisters. Love wasn't spoken, only rules and anger were. In our home, it was always full. Relatives from my father's side, from my mother's side, or sometimes strangers. There was no privacy, no safe corner, no peace. I grew up in a crowded house, but inside I was so alone. All of that shaped me into someone who constantly tried to please others. I became a people pleaser, a beggar for love. I would shrink myself, lower my voice, and hide my pain just to fit in. I believed that if I could make everyone happy, maybe someone would finally love me. But the truth is, that kind of living only takes you further away from yourself. And then, as if life wanted to shake me again, my country started changing. Things became hard for my tribe. It wasn't safe anymore, and I had to make a decision. I decided to flee, to leave everything behind and go to a Western country, to start over, to find peace, to find me. But here's the twist: I left pregnant, alone, Imagine stepping into a foreign land, not knowing what the future holds, carrying not only your pain, but also a new life inside you. That's where the next chapter of my story begins. But before I take you there, I want to speak to someone who might be where I was. Soft background music, gentle piano and strings, warm tone. If you are that young woman sitting in your room, pretending to be okay, smiling for everyone but crying inside, I see you. And more importantly, God sees you. If you're the one who's staying in a relationship not out of love, but because you think no one else will want you, I've been there, and let me tell you, that is a lie from the enemy. You are not what happened to you. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the names they called you. You are not the silence of your mother or the anger of your father. You are a child of God. You are loved, chosen, and seen even when you feel invisible. You might not have heard I love you growing up, but heaven has been whispering it over you since the day you were born. Maybe you were raised in a religious home that preached rules instead of love, that used God's name but didn't reflect his heart. Don't let that confuse you. God is not the pain they cause. God is love, pure, patient, gentle love. He's the reason you're still standing today. He's the reason you're even listening to this right now because he's not done with you. He's calling you back, not to religion, but to relationship. There's a version of you that's waiting to be discovered, the one that's healed, confident, and whole. And she's not far away. She's already inside you, buried under years of pain, but alive. If you're still in that toxic home, if you still feel trapped in your situation, hold on, don't give up. God's timing might feel slow, but it's never late. Every tear you've cried, He has seen it. Every time you wanted to give up, He held you together. Every time you thought you were forgotten, He was fighting for you behind the scenes. You see, sometimes God allows us to walk through darkness so that when we finally find the light, we never take it for granted. He lets us experience emptiness so we can recognize His fullness when it comes. He allows rejection so that when He sends real love, we can receive it with open hearts. So if you're in that place, broken, lonely, afraid, don't despise it. That's the soil where your strength is being planted. And one day you'll bloom. You'll look back and realize that every painful moment was preparing you to become who you were always meant to be. Don't let your past define you. Let it refine you. You are not your family story. You are the beginning of a new story, one filled with grace, redemption, and divine purpose. Because when God decides to raise you, no amount of pain, no family curse, no rejection can stop it. You are proof that broken girls can rise. You are proof that beauty can be born from ashes. You are proof that God still writes the best stories, even from the most painful chapters. So breathe. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Just keep walking, keep praying, keep trusting, and remember, your pain does not disqualify you. It prepares you. It's shaping you for something far greater than what you've lost. You might not see it yet, but one day you'll stand where I am, telling your story, not from your wounds, but from your scars. And you'll realize that even when it hurt, God was still good. Stay tuned for my next episode, when I take you to that new country, pregnant, alone, but about to discover that even in the wilderness, God still provides. Because I say so, it shall be. If this story touched your heart, remember, your story matters too, and your healing has already begun. Thank you for watching. Love you.